Oh wow, that is really not a lot. We're using like 5 units a month and we're making, what did I say, 12? Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to another episode on Rise of Industry with me, Spacefish, and welcome back to our beautiful new bit of industrial setup out here in Rise of Industry, which we have a few episodes ago now finally taken over from one of our competitors, as we have succeeded at buying them up. And we spend a good 1 or 2 episodes now already, I would say, sorting away at all the mess that the AI has left behind, because, well, honestly, I mean, it's not really been that structured. There's been a lot of overflows, a lot of missing bits, and we still haven't really even gotten to the fact that some of these farms here have 1 field, while others only have 2 fields, and everything's kind of mixed randomly, which doesn't make any sense either. But we're currently in the process of getting this whole bit down here organized with the clothes production that we've got going on here. We've already taken care of a few smaller bits, but we are going to go and continue working on this today to make sure that everything's running well, all the goods have a good flow, that all the stuff is coming in that we need, and we are also selling out all the stuff that we're making here. And, well, then after that, we will probably just keep going around in a circle, first and foremost, making sure that the goods flows and all of our new industries are working out well, before then returning to stuff like this and, you know, making sure that this all makes more sense, because currently it doesn't. So, that's the plan right there. We will continue here for today. Before we get started, though, if you're new around here, if you do happen to enjoy this episode, you want to stay around for more content, definitely make sure to go ahead and smash that subscribe button. That would mean the absolute world to me. We're still quite the small channel, and we're really trying to hit 1,000 subscribers at the moment, so every single person that does hit that button, of course, does help out a ton, so thank you so much if you did that. Without further ado, though, let's go and have a peek into here. I do think I recall that we had already, indeed, set up a destination here for the fibers, because we did have a little bit of overproduction here in terms of what we really need for the fibers. So what we've basically gone and done is we've set up a connection to the warehouse 7 here with well, minimum kept of 10, so we do always have enough fibers to supply our production, but whatever we do end up making on top basically gets sold out then. Now in terms of the ingoings, I am not sure. I don't think we've got anything set up yet in terms of cotton and stuff, so that will have to follow in a second. But first and foremost, we will go and make sure that everything here in terms of logistics does make some level of sense. So for the textile factories here making the dye, we would need the berries, which we're going to configure in a second. We do also need the water. Do we need that much water? Do we need the water in anything other than... Oh, we do need the water here. Okay, let's double check about the water. First things first, just how much we need about right here, right? So, it would appear that we've got 3 dye factories, which consume 6 units of dye a month. Then, we do have 2 of these summer clothes factory, which consume another... Oh, that is a weird number. 4 every 45 days, but how much is that in 30? It's kind of not really that dividable, you know. We can maybe say like... Sat like 2 point something, 2.8, I don't know, something like that, right? So oh right, wait, no, that's a total, yeah. Okay, so it's like a total of 2.8. Then we've got these, which are like, so like, let's say we need like 9, 10-ish units of water a month. How much are these making? Got 3 harvesters every 15 days. They make 1 unit, right? So it's like 6 units a month. Okay, so technically speaking, we do need the 2 water wells, even though it is a little bit of overkill. That's totally fine. So auto logistics should have an. Did we? What happened here? I may have accidentally not quite done what I was intending to there. Auto logistics should have the water sorted. You can see the water coming in right here. You should be able to see the water going out right there, so that's all quite fine. In terms of the outputs, we'll check in just a second. I'm just going to make sure that the internal goods flows make some sense first and foremost, right? Can see here that we do need leather, which I guess we can go and get from up top there. Otherwise, we do need light fabric. Light fabric we haven't even checked on yet. What do we need for this? We do need the dye. The dye, the fibers, and then we've got that coming in. We've got 2 of these every 30 days. We need 2 of those every... Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Are we short here? We're short on light fabric, aren't we? If you look at it... No, wait, there's another one right there. I'm blind. I'm sorry. We do have enough light fabric as well. We would probably even have a bit of an overproduction, because we're making 2 every 30 days. We're only using 2 every 45 days. And, you know, at times 2, because we've got 1 factory basically assigned to each. So we do have an overproduction right there. Something to keep in mind. But yeah, so in terms of internal goods flows, I guess it makes sense for starters. Now, what I do want to check first would be the outflow of goods, if we do have any more overproduction like we had with light fibers. And then we will take care of getting in the leather, getting in the berries, getting in the cotton, whatever else we need, right? And also, maybe just checking if we are actually fully covering demands in some places, because, you know, 1 Textile Factories for these work clothes seems a little low, maybe? Comes to mind here, light fabric, 30 days. Wait. Heavy fabric, so okay, so that matches each other perfectly, 1-on-1. So, first things first. Let's go and have a look at how much we're making of what, right? So, for the dye, we have got... That's a lot. That's a lot. It's like 12 units a month. We are using... Nothing there. We're using 2 units a month on these factories here. Oh wow, that is really not a lot. We're using like 5 units a month and we're making, what did I say, 12? Why are we overproducing on the dye that hard? Oh wait, did these need it? Nope. It's a lot of an overproduction, I guess. There must be some demand here, locally, in terms of dye. No? Nothing? Oh no, there we are, here. So 7 every 15 days. Yeah, so easily, well, can easily sell that because the demand is way higher. We're going to do a similar thing here, and we do need to see about adjusting these. Like, if, for example, you know, if we're not making enough work clothes, it does transpire that we do have some expansion potential here. You know, maybe we will get to the point where we're actually using up some of these resources that we're now considering to sell out. But for starters, we'll just configure it like this, and then we'll adjust as needed, right? So we'll do this as well, and we'll just do min caps of 10, just like we did with the other, and then warehouse 7, I mean, should already have kind of an auto destination anyways to the clothing store with the dye, so that's going to be taken care of. And we will, of course, make sure to set this to waiting till full to maximize our profitability in the end, right? Then, we can continue... Well, first things first, I guess with the light fabric, because we did already determine we did have an overproduction there. Not too little of one either, right? Like 50% basically, if you all things considered. It's not much in terms of numbers, right? But technically, we're making 2 units in 30, we need 2 units in 45, so we're always overproducing like 50%. So, that's fine. I hope there's demand. There is indeed. 3 every 15 days, so we... should be well covered there too. We'll do a similar thing, I would say, with the tier 2 component, like fabric. We'll go and get that to this warehouse again. Maybe keep the min caps a little lower here, just given the lower overall amount of produce that we're working with. We will keep 2 months, or, well, I mean, that's technically that's 3 months. We'll keep 2 months-ish, right, of products already stored in the warehouse to make sure that, well, whatever these factories need, we've definitely got enough of it, and everything on top just gets sold, right? So that's the plan right there. We can always adjust these numbers upwards if we do determine we need to. Now, looking at these then, I mean, these are made to be sold out. We're making 4 every 45 days. We've got a demand of 2 every 15, so we could technically get 1 more factory going here. Which in terms of the light fabric, we would even have the capacities, and we would have the same capacities for the dye. Now, I kind of really would like to get like a notepad going here or something. I wish that was a thing in game, because honestly speaking. I mean, we don't have the money to do this right now. We can say, I mean, we're at 1.24 mil. We do need to make some money first. But this would already be at first expansion potential, where you wouldn't have to do anything else in the backbone of the production, but we could just get our output up like that. And I'm just looking. What is it? Right, that's the query tool. Interesting. I'm just double checking that we don't have like a notepad or something with to-dos. I think I'll just get something ready here on the side, and we hopefully remember that I need to use it at some point. So I'll be right back. Alright, back we are. So now I've got a teeny tiny note next to me saying ROI extra summer CL.factory. We're just going to hope that I find that eventually and remember to do it. If not, please feel free to scream at me in the comments to remember to do it. Because, yeah, that's definitely some expansion potential. I mean, otherwise, it's totally fine, I would say. We've got some good outputs. We can just overall improve even more on it. So, why not keep that in mind for the future? Now we're going to go get those out to Warehouse 7, as with all the other stuff. We're going to make sure to always click that sending one unit button. It's an important bit to make sure to keep up our profitability. And then we've got this, of course, the work clothes. And for the work clothes, we do have, and I have got no clue where this is at, because apparently this is already open. Is it? Maybe not. We have got an output of 2. Wait, was it 2 for the others as well, maybe? 2 every 45 days. Yeah, it was 2 every. Yeah, no, totally fine. So we've got 2 every 30 days in this case. And looking at the clothing store, we've got 3 every 15. We can literally triple that. Okay, so there's definitely expansion potential to be had here. We will note that down as well, right on the side. 3x work clothes factory. Just so we already have that in mind, because we can definitely make a lot more money there. And I mean, we do already have all the products for the summer clothes. For the work clothes, my question would be, would we need to expand? Yeah, we would definitely need, I guess, another 2 textile factories, so the heavy fabric bits. Which we need to see if we've got everything for. I think we did have an overhang of these light fabrics. And, leather, we'll need to find out. Yeah, so I guess leather is probably the question in general, but, you know, otherwise would be a good bunch of expansion potential there too. So already found 2 very interesting points, and we're going to keep those in mind and hopefully be able to work around those very, very soon. That said, that is all going out to Warehouse 7 then. No min caps here, of course, because those are final products. Those are intended to be sold. And then we do have that bit of the equation taken care of. Now, I would like to go and have a little bit of a look on the input side of things, right? So, I mean, looking at all this fabric stuff first, this is basically mainly requiring leather and dye, so nothing to be worried of right here. We do have, of course, these textile factories, which these fiber productions do require 4 units of fibers a month of factory. So we've got 4, 8, 12, 16. And we will need to go and ferry the appropriate amounts over. Now, sorry, I'm just getting a bit annoyed about this stuff. I would really like to see which cotton fields belong to which plantation. But, I can definitely tell you. So this one, for example, I think this one only has that field, right? And this one had a production of 4, and this one, I guess, had a production of 6. No, also 4. But what is... So it's all weird. I don't really, know which plantation outputs what. This is something we're going to adjust, but the important point is now that we just count our cotton fields, I guess, and then we kind of judge by that how much we can put in. So we've got 1, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 8. So weird. 8. 8 fields across 4 plantations. Right? We could have 9 fields in 3. And it would probably even be cheaper. But, yeah. you know, the AI is just doing its thing. So, 8. Oh, and then we have this one down here. No. Oh my god, that is also only 1 field. You are absolutely... So, we've got 9 fields across 5 plantations that we could have in 3. Why? This game is tormenting me. Absolutely tormenting me. But yeah, so we've got 9 fields. Let's leave it at that for now. We will make those changes. I promise. That is just terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible stuff. But for the time being, we have got 9 fields, which make 2 bits of cotton a field every 30 days. So we've got 18 bits of cotton a month. And we need, what did I say, 16? Yeah, so technically there will be a bit of an overhang, I guess. I do kind of want to see... Well, can I sell... I can't really sell the raw cotton anyways, right? Oh, I can, technically. So how do we configure... Ah, wait. So we've got the input already configured anyways for the cotton, first and foremost, which is an important start. The question is... Max send of 8. I would say we do a max send of like 16. No, I would say we do a max send of like 20. I mean, honestly, we need so much. We just did 2 months, right? We just did 2 months of production time. So 32 is the max send, right? I would kind of like if we have sent more than this mechanism, or if we have more than amount XY in storage kind of mechanism, right? Well, technically, I've got a min kept set up here of 0, right? So it's always going to take, whenever there is a truckload, it's instantly going to take it out of the warehouse. So if, and I guess this is the way that we run this, if we go over a certain amount, which should only happen if this already has 32 units, and then things start slowly filling up here, then we can take that and send it to warehouse 7. So we're going to set like a min kept of 12. You know, a little good little bit of a buffer. And then everything that is on top of the 12 will get sent in a single unit to warehouse 7. And that should already have, as usual, the auto logistics going to go and sell that out. There we go. So that's the plan. Fingers crossed that that works out. I hope it does. Now, the next thing to actually consider here is leather, because I'm not sure, have we set leather up at all yet? We have, and we've set it up entirely to warehouse 7, which is, of course, a bit of a mistake, right? So we do have to figure out how much leather we need, how much leather we're making up top, and then we kind of need to move things around. So, for the time being, and this is going to change in the future when we do expand here, of course, with all those extra factories I was looking at. For the time being, though, we've got this heavy textile factory, 1 leather a month. We have got these. No, we don't. These? No, just this. Okay, so 3 units of leather a month. Is that it for the time being? Looks to be that way. So 3 units of leather a month for the time being. I mean, we're gonna have way more than that, I can assure you. We already have 3 cow fields right here, and we do have like this random mix up here and that. So yeah, I mean, you know, totally fine. In that case, we will do here a min kept for the time being of like 10 units to have a good bit of a buffer. Everything on top can go and get moved to warehouse 7, sold out in Kochsfeld. And then we do choose a new destination, which we're going to make leather. And we're going to go send that to warehouse 2. Of course, only full trucks, as per usual. Let me actually double check that we've set this up everywhere here. You know, always worth checking. But then, we will do a max send. Given that we're saying we need 6 units of leather a month, we do a max send of 3, sorry. We're going to do a max send of 6, which is going to ensure we have 2 months in that warehouse at all time. And no min kept. And then this mechanic should basically work the same way. I hope that this is actually working out the way that I'm imagining it to. If you see that this could become an issue in the future, based on your knowledge in the game, of course, please feel free to scream at me down below in the comments. As per usual, would love to hear your feedback. Now, before we go and head on to this whole ordeal, I would like to do a little bit of construction work, because my point of view is that this whatever is currently happening here is not all too efficient in the end, to be quite honest with you. So we'll go and pull a road through here, because that is gonna immensely already cut down logistics costs. You know, the ideal way of doing things is probably going to be that we do have eventually a train going back and forth here, which hopefully we can still somehow squeeze in. Currently the reality is, though, that we don't have the money. Let me go and write that down as well. Train. I mean, honestly, the best case would be that we would do the berries somewhere entirely different, but, you know, the AI already has unfortunately set it up this way, so we're just going to try and work with it. Rebuilding the entire thing is just, honestly, I mean, it's going to cost so much. I don't really feel like it, so we're not going to do it. But we're going to set up a train for the berries eventually. It's going to be cheaper to use than just trucks. Not immensely cheaper, but to a level cheaper. So we're going to do it, hopefully, if there's still enough space around that warehouse, but we're going to do it in the future when we've gone through, taken care of all the logistics flows, and when we've optimized all the farms, when everything started flowing and we do have some money, then we're going to look at the train, and then we're going to look at expanding this stuff over here, alright? For the time being, we're going to keep things as they are, because, you know, that's that, but, probably a good idea to connect the streets, just saying. But at least, you know, this little change right here is already going to do a lot for us, because, I mean, this is just going to cost so much more than the trucks going more or less straight. I'm also really confused about that setup right there. I guess the AI was just in the middle of doing something, so we'll have to find out what they're doing right here. There does seem to be a grocery store in Von Stetten, so maybe it was looking at some level of food production, which could be interesting. Could be something cool to delve into in the near future. For now, though, we will have to make sure, and we will just make sure about this for the time being, we will make sure to send the appropriate amount of berries over. Then we will go down here, we'll check all the inflows, all the outflows, all the local flows, make sure that all that is running, you know, but for the time being, we're just making sure that all the goods that this needs are going there. So, before we actually do this, we need to find out how many berries we need, and all the things that do need berries are going to be these textile factories that make dye for us. So you can see right here, 2 units every 15 days, which means 4 units a month, times 3, so we're at 12 then currently, and I don't really estimate that's going to rise, because we've already really gotten that much of a dye overproduction. I mean, technically speaking, you know, we could really expand the dye bit of things too, and keep selling that. Also, because it is going to be somewhat profitable, right? It's not a tier 1 product that we're selling out here. Or, well, not a tier 1, technically tier 0, like, right? So, livestock, farm, whatever, tier 1 is already relatively profitable, and this is a tier 1 product, right? That's how the game kind of splits these up. But in that sense, you know, maybe it does make sense to actually expand this in the future. For the time being, though, 12 units a month. So, let's first and foremost have a quick look at how this all is set up down here. Oh my god. I'm sorry. What is this? Can anyone explain? Or you could even sell out the berries right here. It doesn't make sense. There is so much water here as well. It's so much water, yet so little that needs the water. So I think there's going to be a bit of an expansion drive going on down here too, especially also considering, why is there a random single cotton plantation down there? Sure, you can sell out the raw cotton, but like, man, it's not really profitable, is it? Oh, okay. In any case, before we get too wound up here, we will go and have a look. So, are we even making enough? We're not. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Didn't we just say we need 12? Did I miss anything up there in terms of berries being produced? No. This must be the intent of the AI to supply that. But I am rather sure that we're not making enough. Let me double check this. 2 times 50, yeah. We need 12 units. We're just making 10 down there, so that does not make any sense whatsoever. Okay, I guess we're going to go and expand this thing a little bit. Oh, nice. This is placed so badly. Must be within owner's range. What do you mean? How's this not within the owner's range? Yeah, because I'm still in Plantation 10. Plantation 11. Why is there no add field option? Oh, there. So, I guess we're expanding that one, but this one down here is absolutely useless then. We're just going to use some space up here, I guess. Man, honestly. I appreciate the AI trying to, you know, squeeze every last bit of space out of this, but that just doesn't make any weight. Can I destroy these once more? Please. I would like to actually place them out here, because this is already outside the range of the whole auto-logistics zone thingy, right? So we're just going to use up some space right here instead. Now, that works perfectly. Still in range, still being used, and now we're making more than enough berries. I've already intentionally placed 3. Because either, I mean, I'm quite sure we're just going to pull down that plantation, or we're just going to place some fields up here and then, you know, sell out some extra berries to the hardware store. But I mean, technically it's really not that profitable, and to the farmers market I mean, but technically it's really not that profitable to do that and run it for that sole intent. Maybe there's something in the grocery store that we're going to be able to sell. Doesn't really look as though there would be some potential there either, though. So I don't know, man. I really don't. But in any case, I mean, now we're at least making enough berries, so we're going to go choose a destination for the berries. Make it warehouse 2 for the time being. We're going to configure a max cent, and we're going to make it twice the monthly usage, as per usual, so 24 cents, and then, you know, we can set up a separate rule for the rest of the bits later. But with that out of the way then, we've got all the goods flowing in here, we've got all the goods flowing out, we've got all the local good flows regulated, so that should be another topic checked of our endless list for fixing this entire ordeal. So quite happy with that then. In the next episode, I would say we go and get back to this spot. We take care of just the entire same thing and, you know, hopefully make this thing a little work, try and understand some of these bits and what the AI was thinking it was going to do. And, you know, when that's done, we'll have a look at that and maybe the grocery store. And I think there was some stuff also going on all the way up top, so we'll have a look at this stuff here too. And when that all is out of the way, we will go and look at, you know, fixing all the fields and farms and yada yada yada. Making some money, getting the trains there, getting this expanded, optimizing away at things, and hopefully making even more money. So, very much looking forward to that for today, though. We're ending this episode off right here. I hope you all very much enjoyed it. Of course, if you did, please make sure to go ahead and smash that like button right down below for the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new around here and haven't done so just yet, also please consider subscribing right down below, as well as hitting that bell icon in order to stay up to date on all those future upcoming episodes. With all those things out of the way, though, as usual, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll catch you in the next episode very, very soon. Ciao.